Let's move to our next keynote profile. It is my pleasure to introduce Utkarsh Sharma, independent researcher and AI fintech leader from United States of America. He specializes in artificial intelligence in financial technology, intelligent automation, predictive analytics, and AI-driven financial systems. His keynote presentation is titled Beyond Banking: How AI is Reinventing Finance. We look forward to his insight on how AI is transforming the future of financial services. With that, let's warmly welcome Utkarsh Sharma.
Everyone, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Just give me a second and let me share my screen. Sorry, guys, I'm having some issue with sharing my screen. See. Yeah. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Cool. Uh, Good afternoon. Good morning. Good afternoon, everyone. So I'm Utkarsh Sharma, and today I would love to walk you through about a topic which is very close to what I do on a day-to-day basis. I'm a product lead with Mastercard, so I work with like within the financial ecosystem. My job is to work with the rewards and payments transactions happening within the Mastercard. So my topic is beyond banking, how AI is reinventing finance, and what's the new landscape looking within the financial services. So moving forward, our journey today will be around few topics like how AI is revolutionizing finance. What are the key AI applications we are seeing within the financial ecosystem? What kind of impact we are seeing on the traditional model? How we are moving from legacy ecosystem to modernizing banking services? With AI coming into picture, what are the challenges and opportunities we are seeing? What kind of frauds like what kind of new frauds we are seeing within the new ecosystem, and what lies ahead, right? What's the roadmap for next 5 to 10 years? So let's dive in. So let's start with the headline, right? I mean, AI is no longer a future possibility. We are looking at reshaping every aspect of financial services. So from the moment a customer opens your app to the instant where we approve your loan, AI is almost everywhere, making millions of decisions every second. I mean, if you're looking at these numbers, 80% of banks are implementing AI, and that's true. It's just not the banks, fintechs, merchants, every ecosystem which has to deal with payments. They are trying and reaching out to see how they can implement AI. For next 5 years, we are looking at approximately $450 billion of potential revenue just from the AI implementation. And yes, that's billions. That's a lot. That's a lot of money, right? That's the potential that we are looking from implementing AI in banking ecosystem. Faster decision making. I can see that already implementing in a lot of financial industries. I mean, the decisions to get the loan approved, whether the transaction has to go through, whether you can go and invest in crypto, that's all happening in seconds. And AI is making it more faster and faster. So what are the key applications in fintech, right? I mean, what are the AI where we are seeing more and more use of the AI? First of all, which is personalized banking. I'm sure we all have our accounts, we all use apps for our banks where we like try to make it more personalized. AI comes into picture over there because they are driving hyper personalized financial products. They are trying every customer, every bank, every fintech application, they are trying to retain the customer. Right now, they don't want to lose it. And that's where keeping simple segmentations is not a choice anymore. We have to give more and more personalization to the customers. The next one is the fraud detection, right? I mean, real time anomaly detection. that prevents before it happens. A lot of frauds with AI coming into picture, more and more hackers are getting hyperactive and trying to see how they can hack the accounts, like, right? So AI comes into picture over there and see how we can save billions annually. The next one is credit decisioning. If you want a credit, you want to increase your credit, that's where AI is coming up. Right? Earlier, we used to give a call to your banks. Someone from the banking ecosystem gets on a call with you, look at your profile, look at what's your salary bandwidth is, and look at the other factors. But now that's just happening within a quick fraction of a second. It could be done by AI itself and give you a better credit limit increase, and that too personalized one. Conversational AI. We all have been chatting with Chat GPT or different LLMs, right? I mean, and that's getting implemented within your banking apps as well. You can talk to your banking apps. You don't even have to type. You just have to ask, like, what's my checking account balance? What's my saving account balance? And that's gonna be handling all your questions, all your needs. Similarly goes for if you go more into deeper into fine granularity of banking, we're looking at algorithmic trading and regulatory compliance, and that's all happening behind the scenes. I mean, banking, if they're investing your money in Fortune 500 companies, Nasdaq, or other stock exchanges, it's all happening in AI is making it happen in quick fraction of seconds. Well, AI powered personalization. Let's zoom into personalization, right? Because that's where AI is truly shining. That's where you can see the difference happening. The traditional approach was like you group customers into broad segments based on the demographics. If you're a millennial, here's your product. If you're high net worth, here's your product. So it's all was pretty much segmented, right? But with the AI driven approach, we are looking at creating unique financial profiles for each individuals. You look at the behavioral data, you look at the transaction patterns of the people, you look at like what kind of life events they're investing, and based on that, all these factors, it goes into predictive analytics, and with all synthesized by AI, it gives you what exactly you need. And that's what resulting into a 40% increase in product adoption, 35% higher customer satisfaction. And trust me guys, I'm seeing it more and more people able to cross sell it. That's what we can see over here from the BCG report, the 2.5x increase in cross sell. From the real-time fraud detection, right? I mean, I know we have other keynote speakers who talked about the how AI is implemented in the fraud detection, and that's true because AI is just not creating value; it protects value. AI models, they analyze millions of transactions per second. They identify patterns that are completely invisible to our legacy systems, and that's where AI is coming to help out. We are continuously adapting to new fraud tactics, right? The criminals evolve, so does our fraud detection and analytics, and that's where AI is coming as an arms race to keep us ahead. I mean, if you look at this chart, I got this data from FICO and Javelin Research. We are looking at 15% false rate. It means 15% of legitimate transaction gets flagged. Frustrated customers, but lost sales. And that's where AI power detection is helping to reduce those false positive by 80%. Now that's a big, big number. I mean, if you're looking at from the accuracy perspective, it's 95%. We are almost 95% accurate, which is really good. And then down the line in next 5 years, I think it's gonna be approximately very close to 100%. And all the decisions, folks, it's made under 100 milliseconds. I mean, the way AI is making decisioning within the fraud ecosystem, that's amazing. The decisioning is making super fast. Well, democratizing credit access, right? I mean, that's one other key features for where AI is getting implemented from the innovation perspective. It brings social impact as well. I mean, traditional credit scoring, that's like that's exclude 45 million Americans if I can talk from the North America perspective. I mean, those 45 million people have jobs, bills to pay, but they don't have enough credit history. And that's where AI is helping because they are becoming as an alternative data resource where they can analyze the rent payment history, their utility payments, what employment they have been partnered with, what's their education, and based on assessing all those risks, it's helping what traditional system ignored at the very first place, getting the credibility to the customer and seeing how we can provide them with the right amount of credit. Well, as I was mentioning earlier, AI is reshaping financial infrastructure, and that's what's being done at the legacy system. I mean, you look at the four pillars where a legacy system is deeply enrooted by branch banking, customer service, investment management, risk assessment, and that's where AI is making shift from legacy to the modernized system. We are looking at not the physical locations, but 24/7 digital first experience. That's leading to 90% cost reduction for the banks. If you look from the customer service, we are not looking the human queues. We are looking AI, which is handling 70% of our inquiries. If we have a fraud transaction, we don't have to wait for a human to return to our call, or being just waiting for the customer on a customer service call. You can talk to your AI bots and can help them to report a fraud transaction, and they can handle it pretty well. Similarly, your investment management. I mean, if I am a high net worth individual, I'm looking to invest, I don't have to wait for a portfolio manager to look at my net worth or my portfolio to suggest me the next steps. AI can do it pretty good. They can help you to figure out what could be the next potential stocks where you should be investing based on your investment strategy so far. Same for the risk assessment, right? I mean, generally the risk assessment for for any portfolio, for any loan making decision, it takes days for manual review, which is not turned into instant decision credits to AI scoring. So this is not just a fundamental infrastructure change. We are being upgraded from old legacy system to modernization of financial infrastructure. Well, with AI, it comes with its own pros and cons. It comes with its own challenges, right? I've tried to look at the broader perspective where AI, with implementing AI, where we are seeing more and more challenges. The first one is data privacy and security. The more personalized we get, the more data we need. And for to balance that, we use privacy, GDPR, CCPA, right? Second one is algorithmic bias. It's again, AI is something which learns from your data. If the data reflects historical bias, then AI perpetuates it. So we must ensure fairness in every decision. Even once AI makes a decision, we have to start looking forward to it. That brings me to the third challenge: regulatory uncertainty. Regulations are evolving. They are different from North America to Europe to Asia. What's allowed today might not be tomorrow, right? So we need to build with compliance in mind from day one. The fourth one is talent shortage. Everyone is talking about being AI ML experts, but as of now, majority of the people are just using LLMs just to ask basic questions, try to develop basic apps, which they're not even deploying to the production. They're just doing in the test or the stage environments, right? So the competition is fierce, the salaries are skyrocketing. So this is a real constraint how we can make people matured and really understand what AI capabilities are. Fifth one is legacy integration. Like we talked in the previous slides, we are moving from legacy to the modernizing financial institutions. But that requires a lot of connected cutting edge AI technology integration with the old system, which takes time. And the last one, explainability, right? I mean, you have AI, which is like a black box, which is making decisions. And for regulators, there's sometimes a discrepancy of transparency to their customers. So that's where the real challenges comes from the human perspective. Well, there are a lot of unprecedented opportunities as well. Let's talk about it, right? I mean, that's all because we always want to look at the positive side. I mean, you look at the financial inclusion, like 1.7 billion unbanked people globally. AI can bring them into financial system. Folks, that's a big number. That's what we say changing lives. That's what we say good bank, good business, hyper efficiency, right? I mean, if I look at the McKinsey numbers, what I'm sharing over here, 40 to 50% reduction in operational costs. That's margin improvement that goes straight to the bottom lines of fund innovation. New revenue stream. We are looking at the new platform, AI as a service, right? That's embedded in your financial ecosystem. Business models that didn't exist 5 years ago is now here. Customer experience. We our Netflix, our Amazon Prime, everything is personalized. So why not our financial services, right? Why should banking be left behind? So we want to make it more personalized. And the last one, risk management. We want to predict and prevent losses with unprecedented accuracy. So we have to move from reactive to being productive or proactive. Looking at the maturity curve over here, we divide it into four categories: experimental, operational, systematic, and transformational. Well, 25% of our firms are still experimenting around AI as like isolated pilots. But if that's you, you need to start moving faster to operational or systematic. 45% of the firms are operational at this point. They have AI in production or specific use cases areas. I mean, are you accelerating or plateauing? You need to start looking at that question with 100% focus. 20% of the organization are already falling under the systematic curve. They have AI across multiple business units. But there's still grounds to cover. And the top 10%, they're already moving with the AI first operating model. They are the ones who are defining the industry. The question for you is, where are you now and where do you need to be? Well, looking at the roadmap quickly for 5 to 10 years ahead, what lies within the AI ecosystem? If you look from the foundation perspective, that's where we are right now. We have Gen AI for financial report. We can just create reports within a couple of prompts, right? I mean, that's defining how what we were doing earlier for days. Advanced fraud prevention, regulatory AI assistance. That's where we are laying the groundwork. If you look in next 2 3 years within the integration and transformation, we are looking embedding AI everywhere. Every transaction will have AI layer, and that's where it gets exciting. It brings autonomous to the financial systems. It's just not going to assist, but be more involved in life planning and be more involved in proactively managing it. Moving forward, once we're looking in the next 5 6 years, we're moving towards maturity cycle, right? I mean, that's going to be like completely AI financial ecosystems. We have already started people talking about what if there are zero human banks, zero human person operated banks. And that's like you are self-optimizing your portfolio, adjusting your portfolio to real-time market, and having universal financial AI that works across border institutions. That's just in 10 years, folks, just one decade. Imagine the institutions that start positioning for this future today. They will be the winners tomorrow. So, overall, the strategic imperative for fintech leaders who are listening to this presentation today: invest in your AI talent and culture. You need to have more and more people who are AI educated. With with education, we need to figure out ethics as well. We don't need to wait for regulations to force our hand. Regulatory compliance will only get stricter, so we have to be proactive. Focus on data quality and infrastructure. Garbage in, garbage out, guys. That's the old saying, but still true. The AI is as good as your data. The better your prompts are, the better your inputs are, the better the output from AI will be. You have to partner strategically. We can't build everything in house. Start looking out what's the partner you can bring and have your organization integrate with them. Talk to them to figure out when to build, when to buy, when to partner. Prioritize customer trust. That's the most important thing. That's where the humans comes into play, and human AI partnership will be critical. And last of all, smart, small, scale fast. I was listening to Y Combinator partners, and they said it's the best time to start, but it's the hardest time to scale. And that's where we need to start figuring out how we have to scale within this AI financial ecosystem. So, folks, the question isn't it if, but how fast. AI is already in fintech. So then the question will be, how soon we gonna adapt to it. That's all from my side. Thank you everyone for giving me time. If you have any further questions, I'm happy to take it. If not, that's my LinkedIn ID. Please feel free to connect with me, and I'm happy to answer any questions beyond this meeting. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir, for that insightful presentation. If anyone has any question, they can raise their hand.